Welcome back, Gems, to another wonderful episode of the Grateful Gem podcast. I am your host, Jasmine Shannelle, and I can't wait for you to hear today's topic. Gems are definitely going to be dropped, so make sure you tune in and stick around. Let's get into it. What's going on, Gems? I'm so excited for this message today. This message is for you if you are in a position where you're focusing on the wrong sources. And when I say sources, I mean the wrong thing. Like, you're focusing on what's going on, you're focusing on what's not going right, you're focusing on your attitude, or you have the wrong attitude, you have the wrong mindset, you have the wrong attitude. I already said that. But you're talking to the wrong people about it, and you're looking for validation in people, and you're putting your energy in the wrong thing. So just this episode is going to be just cut and dry, but also encouraging, because at the end of the day, you have to remember that everything works together for our good. And I had to remind myself this. So, like I told you guys in the previous episode, from June up until now, we're in September. From June up until now, my life has really just been disrupted. And honestly, it actually started way before. It happened last year in June, but things had gotten better, everything was good, or at least I thought. And I was just like, okay, cool, this gonna be fine, da, da, da. But God said, no, I need you to do more. Like, I need you to stop playing it safe. By the way, if you have not listened to the last episode, please go back and listen to episode 50, Comfortable and Safe. In that episode, I talk about how playing safe may not be safe for you, because I was in a situation where I kept playing it safe, and God uprooted me and disrupted every aspect in my life where I am playing it safe till this very moment. So if you have heard that episode, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, that episode, if you can resonate with that, is for you. So pause this one and go back. I'll be here when you get back. But so the information that I want to relate to you is to, for one, figure out where is your source coming from. Like, where is your encouragement coming from? Where is the things that you need to help you get through what you're going through? What does that look like? Is it eating? Is it shopping? Is it binge watching TV? Is it complaining? Is it complaining with other people? Is it people helping you complain? What is it? Like, what does that look like? So, like I said, for the past year or so, but just recently, up until June of this year, up until now, my life has just been disrupted. And I get frustrated now easily with everything. When something does not work, I get so frustrated, because I'm just like, God, what now? Like, seriously? Like, I cannot make this up. I get irritated because I'm just like, I don't know what God is doing. I know that He has a bigger picture and better plan for my life. However, I can't see that picture. I don't know how it's going to work out, because right now it's looking like nothing's going to work out, to be honest. And so, but through all of that, I trust God. I have faith, because I keep reminding myself that God did it before, and He'll definitely do it again. And when He do it again, He'll do it better than I can imagine, better than I can ask, think, or pray for. So I want you to stay encouraged, and you to remember that as well. So anyways, back to the topic. The other day I was sitting here, and I have monthly meetings, or no, weekly meetings for business, like for my podcast and for just my Instagram page, because I'm not a big social media person. So I try to stay active and try to just be on there to, just communicate with people, and just to let you guys know that I'm here, and just to give you updates on the podcast. So everything has just been revamped, and I'm just working on getting everything together. Anyways, so one day I went to take my laptop out to work on something that I was planning. And so I said, well, let me plug up my laptop, because I could just use my laptop. And I went to plug up my laptop, and I was like, God, where is the power cord? Like, where is the cord? So I go back up front, because the laptop was in my sister's purse. So I'm like, okay, I had my cord. It's in the bag with my laptop. So I go back up front. I get the power cord. Okay, I am not kidding when I say this. I am being so serious. I sat in my room for all of probably an hour and 30 minutes, you guys. Like, I am not kidding. An hour and 30 minutes trying to fit a cord into my laptop. And some of you are like, girl, what? Are you slow? Are you dumb? No. Because it looked like the cord. It fit, but it wouldn't go all the way in. And it was charging my computer. However, when I flipped the computer over on its side, the little part where you put in the cord was cracked. So I assumed, okay, it was in her bag, so it must have cracked when I put the cord, not the cord, but the laptop in the bag. So now I'm just thinking, okay, well, something must have got jammed down in the power source hole, because it's going in and I'm plugging it in. It's saying that it's, charging, but it's not. The battery isn't going up. So I'm like, it's not all the way connected. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to take a hammer and bash this in there, and then it'll just be stuck. But at least I'll have a laptop, because I just bought this laptop a couple years ago because my last laptop broke. So I'm not getting another laptop. But all in all, I have another laptop. My sister bought me one for Christmas. So I'm just like, but I like this one because it's smaller and I can take it with me. Which I love the one she got me too, but that one is for home. This one I specifically got because it turns into a tablet or whatever, and I can take it on the go, whatever. It's just convenient if I'm just like, sitting on the sofa or something, I can turn it into a tablet and just go. My other one, if I'm sitting at my desk, I'll use that one. I don't use my small one if I'm at my desk or something that, I need, but I don't have that one with me. Anyways, furthermore, so I'm sitting here for all of, like I said, an hour and 30 minutes. Probably was longer than that. I don't remember because I got so frustrated. And I specifically remember saying, God, why now? What now? Like, what is going on? Why? I'm out of a laptop now. All my stuff is on this laptop. I can't believe this laptop broke. What in the world? It's cutting on, but it's not charging. I done broke the laptop. Like, you guys, I am literally just going in on this laptop, and I'm frustrated. And I said, God, like, what? Why do I deserve this? Like, what have I done? I've obeyed you. I've listened to you. I've talking to you. I'm walking with you. Like, seriously, what is it that I'm doing that I deserve to lose my laptop? So you telling me that because I broke my laptop, I had to go buy another one? How is that going to help me? How is that going to help me do what I need to do? Like, literally, I was just being honest. That's how I felt. And and it wasn't just about the laptop. Because like I said, I have another laptop. But it was the fact that that's how I feel about my life. Like, God, I've obeyed you, but why is it not working out? God, I'm listening to you, but why is it not feeling better? Why is things still shaking up when I'm doing everything you've told me to do? And so all of, that time that I sat here and got frustrated and something, I swear, something just like clicked. Like, it was a light bulb just literally went off and said, check the name on the cord, because I have an HP laptop and I have a Dell laptop. This was my 2-in-1 Dell. It turns, like I said, it turns into a laptop. Not turn into a laptop, girl. What? It turns into a tablet, and it's a small laptop. So I have a 2-in-1 by Dell, and then I have a big Dell that it works, but the screen is cracked. That's why I got the little Dell, the 2-in-1, because I was like, okay, I can use this. And then my sister got me a bigger one for Christmas a couple years ago. It's an HP. So I always check the cords because I know I have a Dell. I have 2 Dells and I have HP. However, they all take separate cords because the Dell is bigger than the smaller Dell. And then, of course, Dell is not HP. So their cords aren't going to fit the cord to my Dell. Right? Right. Common sense did not tell me that when I was sitting here, because I kept thinking, okay, I remember I had my cord in my hand. I remember that I put my laptop in my sister's bag, and I remember I had my cord. So I had to put my cord in the bag with my sister's laptop, because she had her laptop too. So I didn't check it. I just grabbed it and I went to put it in, and then wouldn't go. It fit. It said it was charging. However, it wasn't charging. It wouldn't fit all the way, and I was going to force it. Like I said, I was going to hit it with a hammer. And it was in that moment where something said, Jasmine, check the cord. So I checked the cord, and lo and behold, and what's so funny about it is because the HP charger has like a blue ring around the charger piece. I know that because my work computer is a HP laptop. My home computer is an HP laptop. They both on the same cord, and I remember mentioning it, like, oh, they have, so I could just look at the top and figure out which one is for which of my laptops. However, like I said, in this moment, I'm frustrated at this point. I ain't worried about that. So I'm sitting here and I look and I was like, wait. Once I seen the blue ring, I said, it's not, is this even my cord? So I look over, I turn the little block, the block piece that's on the cord to the laptops or whatever. So I look at that and it says HP. I start immediately laughing. I was like, Jasmine, you sat here for almost 2 hours forcing a plug into a computer that it's not going to work. Yeah, it looked like it fit. Yeah, it said it was charging. Yeah, it looks like your cord, but it's not going to work. So I said, wow, what in the world? Like, God, what? Like, I was like, how could I do that? So the craziest part about this story is my cord was literally sitting in front of my face, hanging out my purse. I have like my desk set up, and then my purse is like on the right end of my laptop desk, my office desk. So my purse was on the right side of me on the desk that I was sitting at with my cord in it. However, I still had another cord forcing it into my laptop. For one, I could have broke my laptop for good. Then I really would have been pissed. All because I chose to get frustrated. But it was in the moment where I pulled out my laptop cord, put it in my computer, that I realized that God was teaching me a lesson. Like, he was literally asking me, Jasmine, where is your source? What are you allowing to fuel you? What are you allowing to get you through what I'm taking you to? Because I see how you're frustrated with your laptop, and I see how, you're telling me you're frustrated in your life and you're doing all these things. And I want to know what's fueling you. Like, what gets you going every morning when you wake up in the morning? Like, are you focusing on what I said, or are you focusing on what it looked like? Are you focusing on what I promised you, or are you focusing on how I'm going to make the promise? Are you listening to what I'm saying, or are you listening to what everybody else is saying? Like, God literally tore me up within that 2 hours, okay? I literally sat there and I was like, wow. Like, I was mind blown, because I'm just like, how can I be so stupid? My cord is literally sitting here hanging out the top of my purse. I literally went back to where I assumed this cord was, put it in my laptop. It looked like it fit. It almost fit. It even said it was charging it. But I pulled up the actual cord, and it was saying that it was like an unknown charger suspected, or on unknown power source suspected. And so this is my message to you. What is your plug? What is plugging into you? Is it good? Is it negative? Is it bad? Is it great? Like, is it helping you, or is it draining you? Like, is it encouraging you for what God is telling you to do? And even though whatever you're going through right now, it may not look like it's going to get better, but it is going to get better, because that's what God said, and we know him to not be a liar. But what is around you that's causing you to doubt, to causing you to disobey God? Because, right, we don't always do what we're supposed to do. And a lot of times that's because we're scared. A lot of times it's because we're listening to what people say is going to happen, and we're looking at it from our perspective, and we're not looking at it from God's perspective. I cannot talk today. The devil is busy. You hear what I'm saying? Like, the devil is busy, but I'm gonna keep recording. But it was in that moment, I was just like, wow, like, this is really good. Like, something so simple. And just think about how detrimental me breaking my laptop. I really would have been pissed. Like, I have all my stuff on that laptop, and so it's just like, had I jammed it and messed that power source up, not only would my computer have been messed up, but my sister wouldn't have had a charger, because I don't know if her charger would have fit her computer. But I was just like, wow, that was really good. And it was, like I said, this is cut and dry. It was to the point. But I just wanted to challenge you and ask you, what are you, like, what's plugged into you? Are you forcing something that looks like it's good, or feels good, but it's not really fueling you? It's not really good. Like, what is around you that is not really good? And It's not helping you. It's not feeding you. It's draining you. It's causing you to doubt. It's causing you to stress. It's causing you to worry. Like, what does that look like in your life, and how can you change that? And so in that moment, I did one or two things. I decided, well, I need to pay more attention to what God is showing me. And I need to pay more attention in the decisions that I made, because, like I said, had I decided to actually take that hammer and ham the cord into my laptop, I would have no laptop. Two, in looking around to see what's around me and see what God is showing me, I would have saw that my cord was not even 2 feet away from me. So sometimes the prayer that you're praying, the answer is right in front of you. Sometimes the things that you're looking for, the signs that you're looking for from God are right in front of you. But sometimes you also miss them because they don't look like what you expected them to look like. So we continue to pray and ask God. It's like, well, God, I've been praying about this thing, but it's not working out. You're not showing me. You're not speaking to me. When all of the time, He is. He's showing you. But because you're so distracted by the other things that are going wrong in your life, you're distracted by other people's opinion and your doubts, your fears. All of that is coming to the surface, and you're not really able to fully accept what it is that God is telling you. So this moment, I just want to challenge somebody to change your source. Focus on God. Focus on what He said about your situation. Only you know what He said. And at the end of the day, if God said it, stick to it. Don't worry about what people are saying. Don't worry about what's going wrong and what's not. Don't worry about what it looks like, because even when it looks bad, it's sometimes it's all good. It may not feel good, and I keep telling myself that even though it doesn't feel good, your feelings will catch up. So I'm going to tell you that even if you're in a situation where it doesn't feel good, your feelings will catch up. Sometimes they won't, but you still have to get through this thing with or without your feelings. So you have to make a decision. Am I going to get through this in the right mindset with my feelings, or am I going to get through this in the wrong mindset and prolong the situation because I don't want to look at it, or I don't want to go through it, or I didn't pray for this, I didn't ask for this. God, this is not what I said when I said such and such. I mean, it's point blank, period. And I don't know. Like I said, that was so simple, but it resonated with me a lot, because in that moment, I wasn't even frustrated with my laptop, because like I said, I have another one. It was just the fact that that's how I felt about my life. I feel like, God, I'm doing everything you asked me to do. But why am I still crying? Why am I still hurting? Why do I still feel this way? God, I'm doing what you told me to do, but why don't nobody else believe that this can happen? Why don't people see that you're good, you're true? Why can't people see what you're showing me? And sometimes people ain't gonna never see it. And a lot of times you have to also just be quiet. Don't speak on it. Let people see it. When you don't even have to broadcast it. And when people start asking you, well, how you got this and how you got that? By prayer, by believing God, that no matter what the economy look like, no matter what the market looks like, no matter what my finances look like, God will provide, because He is a provider. Because those are true, right? Those are true statements. And if God said He's going to do it, He's going to do it. Now, if God tells you He ain't going to do it, then girl, sis, brother, let it go. Like, don't keep holding on to something that God said He's not going to bless, okay? Because now you just trying to change God's mind, and that's manipulation. We don't do that. But if God said He's going to do it, you trust Him, you give it to Him, let it go. Ask whatever is going on in your life. Say, God, why is this happening to me? What are you trying to show me? And it was in that moment that it took me a while. Something that was right in front of me took me almost 2 hours to figure out. So imagine how long it's taking you to figure out what God is doing if you're not really paying attention. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that this resonated with somebody. I hope that it helps you change your perspective. I hope it changes your mind about whatever that you're facing, about whatever that you're going through, because I don't know what you're going through, but I know that God is real. He will provide and He will sustain you. And don't feel like you're alone, because like I said, I'm going through this too. I've been going through it for a while now. And God is still moving in my life. I'm still believing God, regardless of what people say, regardless of what it looks like, because I know what God told me, and I know what He showed me, and I know what He's saying. And I trust those things. Do my feelings get in the way? Yes, they do, because I'm human and I'm not perfect. And that's what you have to remember. And I want to leave you with this one thing before I go. I remember I was having a conversation with my brother one day, and it was Monday. And I made a comment. I said, geesh, I wish it, I was like, is it Friday yet? And he was like, almost. And so I kind of laughed because I'm like, boy, almost. Like, sir, we're only on the second day of the week. We still have 5 days left. Technically, for me, I work on Sundays. So for me, it was by Tuesday because I consider Thursdays Fridays for me because I'm off on Friday and Saturdays. So I was just like, well, no, we still have 5 days to Friday. So what are you talking about? And it was in that moment that was just like, he don't even realize it, but God used him in that moment to show me that it's all about how you look at it. It's about your perspective. He's saying that, we're close to Friday. And I'm saying, like, boy, literally counting the time that it takes to get to Friday. We have a whole 5 days to get through, sir. And there is nothing you're going to tell me that's going to change my mind. But when I got the phone with him, I was just like, I kept thinking about, like, how can he really say that we're almost close to Friday when we're only on the second day of the week? Like, what? And so I just want to challenge you to change your perspective and change your source that's fueling you, because if it's not good, it's draining you, and it's not going to help you get through what you're going through. It's only going to make it worse, and it's going to make you feel like you can't bear it, and you're going to be stressed, you're going to be overwhelmed. And God doesn't want that for us, right? He wants us to trust him. He wants us to believe what he said is true and that it will come to pass. So, and I'm not just speaking that to you. Like I said, I'm speaking it to me. I'm speaking it to whoever plays this, whoever needs it. And if this has reached you, then you need it. And so I'm telling you, change your perspective. Change that power core. What is fueling you? Watch what you're listening to. Watch who you say can make things happen in your life. And once you start changing your perspective, your mind, your attitude, your look, your situation will not only continue to change, because it's going to change regardless, but continue to change in a good way, and it'll feel better because you'll get through it. So that was this episode. I'm so glad you tuned in. Be here next Sunday for the next episode. I hope you keep shining as the gems you are.